First of all, opening statement, a lot of credit to the young men, the football players in that game on both teams. Both teams have been through a lot of adversity. The Austin Peay team has, got their third head football coach. A lot of those guys have gone through a number of assistant coaches and head coaches and trying to transition. Our football team certainly has been through a lot going back to the spring and everything else. For the guys to go out and play with the excitement and the energy that they played with today, the first thing I want to give credit to are just the young men who have done everything, have jumped through. People have no idea the hoops that these guys have had to jump through in order just to go out there and do what they did today. And what I tried to tell them, I said, now, men, the pregame's not going to look the same. There's going to be, we're temperature checking, we're wearing masks, we're trying to, do all these type of things. I said, but once the ball is kicked off and football starts, it's going to be the same game you played since you were in the first grade or second grade, whenever you started playing. So my hat's off to both teams as far as, how hard they played, with the excitement, the energy they played with, and how they competed. So it was good to see those guys get to play the game of college football. Secondly, I want to give a big shout out to all the behind the scenes people that it took in order for this game to take place. If you're just watching TV today and saw the 52 and sunny, you would think everything was normal. Our field has had up to 4 inches of snow on it 3 different times this week. I know Mark Wilson came in at 2 a.m. one night to plow the field just so we could practice. We practiced Wednesday outside, and then we couldn't practice on Thursday, and came back on Friday afternoon and got a practice, and then it, iced again. We did not have classes all week. It was really an unusual week for us. I know Austin Peay had to practice indoors, but the weather turned off great. But Mark Wilson and all the facilities people, Matt Dexter and Birch and all those guys, a big thank you to them. Our athletic training staff, who has done everything but athletic training, just trying to make sure that we could play this football game. We had our place we normally do our testing was shut down. We couldn't go there to test, so we had to, rally the troops. Kim Williams and all the people over here at Health Services, stepped up and tested our team 3 consecutive days in order we could get guys out here to play today. So when it was all said and done, there was a lot of people. There's been a lot of people that have invested in the young men in that locker room and in our staff just to give us a chance to go out and play the game we all love to coach and love. And I know in the locker room after the game, I looked at our staff after we were in the locker room and I said, hey, what day is it? I mean, every day has seemed the same. It's been Groundhog Day. I have no idea if it's Saturday, Sunday, or whatever, but really an exciting win, a big win for the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles. Austin Peay is a very talented football team. They're the defending conference champions, went to, 3 rounds deep into the playoffs last year, went to the quarterfinals. Very good players. They kept fighting tough. I know Coach Walden, he is an outstanding young coach. He's going to get that thing going. Man, he goes at it the right way. He does it the right way. Austin Peay will hang in there with him. They've got a good one in him. I was really impressed with him and getting to visit with him a little bit. Our team, what can you say? It was not pretty, but anytime you win OVC football games, it's always big. And we knew this one was a big win. We really had an opportunity early in the game to probably be ahead a lot more than we were. We really squandered some opportunities, especially in the first quarter. But we kept responding. We just, halftime, I said, look, man, we just got to win the second half. Just act like it's windshield's bigger than the rear view. There's no need to spend a whole lot of time worrying about that first half. We're going to make some adjustments. Let's come out and play. And we really had contributions from all 3 phases today, especially in the second half. Defensively causing some turnovers, special teams causing a turnover, and then offense taking advantage of a short field. And every time, we're able to line up and execute and score touchdowns when we needed to. So very excited for all of our Golden Eagle fan base. Very excited for all of our fans, for all the people that turned out today. We were just so happy to be able to represent our community and be back on the field. And there for about 3 hours, all right. Everything that's right about the world seemed to be good. Like we'll enjoy this one. I told our players they got to enjoy it, but enjoy it responsibly. And then we're going to rally up the troops tomorrow. We got weightlifting tomorrow at 4:30 and 5:30. We're going to watch the film from 2:30 to 4:30. And then our staff's going to prepare on Tuesday and get ready to go to Jacksonville on next Sunday.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions.
Hey, Coach, given the crazy year it's been, and even on top of the crazy year, this has been a super unusual week, having no class for anybody. And the turnout at home seemed really good as far as fans. What do you think it means to your squad to get that first opening win in front of a home fan base, that is right here in Cookeville?
It means a lot, and having our fans turn out, was awesome. And to have our fans stick around, after the game, after we met as a team, to all be hanging over the rail there, wanting to congratulate our team. Our guys have missed it. We practiced, all of our practices have been closed. All of our scrimmages have been closed. Our guys have practiced football, really here for, a number of months in front of nobody other than themselves. We don't even scrimmage another opponent. So we have not seen anybody outside of our football team and staff when we play football. So to have fans here today was super exciting, and just to have that kind of a game day atmosphere. So my hat's off to the Tennessee Tech fans that turned out today. And I think everybody, they've had power off. It's been freezing here. To have a 52 and sunny degree day, I think everybody was ready just to get outside, and what better way to do it than come watch a football game.
Next question.
Anybody else?
Coach, talk a little bit about Hayden Olson's performance today. Freshman kicker comes out, clutch performances today.
Outstanding by Hayden. Hayden is a true freshman. Came to us from Buford High School out of Georgia. He actually they won the state championship last year. I think they played, counting playoffs, 4 postseason games, and he kicked the winning field goal on the last play of the game, 3 of those 4 games. So I could tell he was a little nervous, early, but really settled down. Was outstanding today. I was in between whether to let him kick the 1 field goal. We called timeout, decided to go for it. One thing was hard to tell unless you were down on the field. The wind was howling out of the southwest there, and it really affected the ball. It was kind of a crosswind, and even pregame, we were struggling, with field goals there, trying to kick field goals during the pregame, and we felt like 20-yard line or in, is where we felt comfortable. We were kind of in a gray area there, so decided to go for it. But, overall, very proud of Hayden. He's had a tremendous fall camp. And one thing I will say with all of our freshmen, one thing that's been an advantage, we did not play in the fall, but all of these guys got to be here on campus for an entire semester and just practice and lift weights, and go through a fall ball practice. And then they get another preseason camp here in January. So our freshmen were very much, they were more seasoned than what typical freshmen would be coming into an opening game. Naquan Washington, the true freshman, played a lot at corner. Jai Gilmore started at corner as a freshman. A.J. Hall and Devin Squires, and I go on and on. There was a lot of freshmen made some big plays in this football game, and I think those guys are a little more seasoned. The fact that we've started the season later and they had a whole semester under their belt instead of about 3 weeks of fall camp back in August and have to turn around and play. So, but very proud of Hayden and his performance.
Junior David Day Gist had 2 rushing touchdowns off direct snaps. Was there something you were seeing on the Austin Peay defense that set up those plays?
Well, that's just something we felt like would be a good formation. And again, they were a hard team to prepare for. They had a whole new staff that come in. Mark Hudspeth is no longer there. Then the interim staff with the 3 games they played in the fall, you could take all that game film and get rid of it, So their defensive coordinator came from Mount Union, a Division III school, and we're trying to round up Mount Union film and watch Mount Union film. And even with that, all right, how are they going to use the personnel they have, utilizing that style of defense, and what would they do? Obviously, Jackson, number 13, their defensive front, they had a lot of really good defensive football players there. Their D-line was very tough and physical. And, when a team that first game gives you something that's really hard to prepare for and you're not sure what to expect, and they were bringing pressure, every down. But one good thing our offense did is there in the fourth quarter when we had to have, we got short field and we needed some scores, we were able to get them. You talked about the short yardage package there. We were able to take advantage and get a couple of those. And then, we had one good drive there in the fourth quarter. Probably our best drive was whenever we got 2 first downs and needed about 3.5, 4 minutes off the clock, with the 2-score lead to to give us an opportunity, to really put them in a true 2-minute situation.
Force those turnovers today. The defense definitely showed some improvement from last season, but the special teams also had some great moments today.
They did. Some big hits on special teams. Anytime you can create, we really covered kicks well. We had some really nice, punts by Hayden Olson, but also some really great coverage. I know Cameron Hudson had a big tackle on a punt cover that got him way inside the, 15-yard line, 10-yard line. We made them go the long way a bunch today. We had the short field a lot. They had to take it a long way. They did have a 99-yard drive there at one point. They had it 2nd and 15 on their own 1-yard line, but at least they had to take it the length of the field. We really did a nice job with field position. Our kick cover teams were outstanding. I was really proud of that today. And then defensively now, we had a lot of tackles for loss. We had a lot of turnovers, today. Josh Relaford had a big interception. Jack Warwick had a big interception. We didn't take advantage of them, as much as we'd like to. We had 3 turnovers that were caused in the first half. First quarter, we had the ball inside their 20-yard line and only got 3 points out of it, So, but I was really proud of how our defense played when they needed to step up. They stepped up. Wilson, number 11, is a preseason All-American for a reason. He's the real deal, a really good football player. And, their receiving core, is outstanding. It's the best one, I think, in the conference. It was returning. And, our guys have freshmen back there playing, and we were down some guys on defense, with some of the COVID protocols. We got some guys coming back next week, but we were down, some key players defensively and had to have some other guys step up. And some guys played with only 4 or 5 days practice because they'd been quarantined for 10 days, or so. So defensively, it kind of, we were a little thin wise, but we put some other guys in there, stepped up and played really well. And Slater Howard played well when he got in there. Was very proud of some of those guys. We tell everybody, you better practice like a starter through all this stuff. You got to be ready to play. You never know when your number might get called. So very, very proud of our football team.
Questions?
Yeah, Coach. Bailey Fisher seemed like he was under a lot of pressure today, but he was able to make plays with his legs, extend plays, get the ball out, make plays downfield. I was just wondering what you thought about his performance today.
Well, Bailey Fisher's a competitor, and he's a winner. He finds a way. Even in a game like that, it's an ugly game. He's not one out there pouting or throwing his helmet, or anything else, or all whatever. He's going to go back the next series. Hey, Coach, we'll come back next series. We'll get him. We'll keep adjusting. We knew this was going to be a tough game for our offense. We knew that. If you notice now, one thing we were going to do, they're up tempo and want to try to go fast. We were snapping the ball with 2 or 3 seconds on the 40-second clock every time. We were trying to keep our defense, we don't have a ton of depth there. A lot of freshmen are depth on defense. We were trying to keep our defense as fresh as we could, try to control the clock, control the tempo of the game. We were able to do that. But, he's a competitor, really. There's only one stat to judge Bailey Fisher by. It's not passes and yards, and he's thrown touchdowns, and he's set about every record we have here for a quarterback at Tennessee Tech so far, but he's a winner. And today he hung in there. His toughness and his ability to keep getting up and keep those guys focused up there in that huddle, we were able to put in the scores when we needed to.
Thanks, Coach.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Coach, and thank you guys for the press conference, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Wings up.